welcome, 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 welcome to Psychic Saturday Night Live on YouTube. Here we are. Here we are. I'm just going to let the algorithm do its thing, as we say, and let people migrate to this place, this space, and this page and channel. So, yeah, this is new. This is new. I've always wanted to go live on YouTube. Didn't really venture into it before, and now I have an opportunity to do so. So here I am. And I'm so excited to be here, especially at this time. Super important time. I'm always saying that. Super important, super powerful, such an amazing time. Yeah, it certainly is. And so I'm really pleased to be chatting with you, sharing time and light with you here on YouTube. And for this time, anyway, we're going to, you know, do what we do, doing the tarot, doing some brick. For those who are new to this format, this setup, we do some cards. We pull some cards. We have some messages that come through, and some, we have a little chat about things. And so I really appreciate y'all showing up here and everybody just doing what they do to be here with me to do what we do so well together, and that is to join in light and shine bright, right? That's what we're supposed to do together. So that's what I encourage everyone to do. And that's what these lives are meant to accomplish. So yeah, if you're new to this channel in particular, please hit like and subscribe, and that way you can find me more often. We're going to do these Psychic Saturday nights on Saturday night at 7 o'clock Eastern for a while anyway, and I hope to see how, many people this really reaches, and I'm so pleased that we're able to do this. So, yeah, it's the 18th of April, 2026, people. Oh my goodness me. Time is just flying by. Timelines are shifting, collapsing, and converging. It's an amazing time on planet Earth. A lot of stuff's happening around the world, as we all know. And, a lot of my videos talk about the stuff that's going on, but, the idea is that we are aware of what's going on. It's like defensive driving, right? You've got to see it out there. You've got to know what's out there, because whether you really pay attention to the events that are taking place, the circumstances that are taking place, or anything like that, ultimately, you're still going to feel it. Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to feel the energies as they move around, as they hit us, influence us, and, you know, definitely um, make an impact on us. Lots of solar flares happening right now. I don't know what the Schumann is. I haven't checked it in a while, but I'm sure it's off the charts. I've heard a lot of people talking about, different things that are happening. A lot of solar storms and geostorms and all those things. You know, everything matters. Everything is connected, and all the things that are happening in the skies have an impact also on things. So, yeah. Hey to everybody who's joined me here this evening. Thank you so much for showing up. Nice to see you all. Yeah, this is kind of new for me, and I'm kind of excited about it, but time. It's time. It's definitely time. And yeah, I'm super stoked about it all. So, we're going to do the brick tonight like we always do after the tarot. And tonight we're going to do, because it's all about the light, especially right now. Right up until the end of April, we have uh, energetic influences that are very heavy in nature, and they call. How do I say that? It's actually it's this time is actually known as the season of sacrifice, we'll say, and so we see it here, and in in the northern hemisphere and in the southern hemisphere, and we see it happening everywhere. A lot of sacrifice happening everywhere. So we got to shine light. We have to stay bright, despite what we know is happening around the world, despite what we see happening around the world and what we hear going on, unless it's really empowering, by the way. And I really want to talk about a couple things that are very empowering for us right now at this time on this planet. It's awesome. So, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up and being here with me. So nice to see people here. Positivity goes a long, long way, and we're here to shine light, share light, and maybe a couple of laughs or two. Definitely information, right? Definitely information. And the information is all about what? The truth. So tonight for the extra cards. We're going to do the Seeds of Light, which I see is backwards, and that's okay. We're going to fix that around soon enough. And the secret language of light, because that's what we're all about. So yeah, I apologize for the backwards. That's actually being rectified in the next week. So by the time we show up here next week, it'll be a whole different thing, hopefully. Not very techy, so it's kind of a new thing for me. And I'm really working on this stuff, so forgive me if it doesn't seem as professional as everybody else's stuff. I'm learning and I'm getting there. I just need to get the message out. That's all I care about, To me, it's all about just getting the message out there, letting people know the truth of things that are going on. So part of the format, of course, is some housekeeping. We're going to talk about a few things, but I do want to carry on. I want to talk about what's coming up right now. Actually, we had a new moon yesterday, and it packed a bit of a wallop for people. There was a lot of influence coming from that, very masculine energies, assertive and aggressive energies being kind of thrown around. And if you encountered any of them, or maybe still are, that's why it's the new moon. And we are coming up on Earth Day, which is a super awesome day. Who doesn't love the earth and all her beings on it? We are here to do that, right? Like, despite what we see, despite the whatever. We're here to love the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's the only way for us to get the heck out of here and to rise above everything. We've got to love the good, the bad, and the ugly. I know it sounds awful, but it's true. And really, when we learn to recognize it for what it really is, we don't really see it as ugly anymore. It was ugly from a place of unaware, but once we transcend and we illuminate, we see things from a completely new perspective. And once your perception changes about things, totally different deal. You feel completely different about everything. So hello, hello, hello. And I'm so happy to be here. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on, shall we? All right. So there's an enormous movement across this planet, full swing, and it's known as truth. And it is spreading like wildfire. Honest to goodness, it's everywhere. And it can't be contained any longer. There's just been too much energetic influence and influx of truth energies heading our way and really revealing what needs to be revealed, exposing what needs to be exposed. And this week, we've had some very big exposures. And I'm talking about that one particular website that became known, which is very disturbing, to say the least. For God's sakes, what the hell is that all about? And if you haven't heard about it yet, just know that there was a revelation of a particular site that men, by the millions, have been going to. Why? It's an education forum, we'll say, to teach them how to do dastardly things. So, it's amazing to me how many in 1 month managed to find their way to it. Is this the state we're in? No, that's the truth that needed to be revealed. All of that stuff needed to come up to the surface, and there is no way for it to not come up to the surface. Why? Because the amount of light that has been spreading across this planet right along with that truth makes it impossible to be hidden any longer. So, yeah, check it out. You'll find it. You don't have to look far. It's everywhere. It went viral. Yeah, and truth is what sets us all free. Remember that. We're no longer bound by the chains or, the shackles, we'll say, of lies and deceit or evil. So that's a good thing that came about. This is the age of information, rather. And you know what? We have to know that that's the reason why we're here, and this is what we're experiencing, because of all of that. Absolutely all of that. This is the truth time that sets us all free, right? Absolutely sets us free. So speaking of that, check out what's going on in Ireland. Oh, those people know exactly what to do. You see what they've done? They took to the streets, which is what everybody should do when you're not happy about tyranny. Everybody ought to take to the streets. You don't have to make a big ruckus. You don't have to get all violent about everything. Just stand there in numbers, people. What the hell are they going to do? They can't. There's just, you outnumber. We all outnumber them all. It's remarkable to think that, we can't just stand together in unity for the greater, highest possible outcome, the greatest possible outcome here, like they did in Ireland. So Ireland went together and they just hit the streets and they started blockading some of the city centers and things of that nature and just big old ports and whatnot. And then the government was like, oh, no, you don't. Mm-mm-mm. In we go. And they went in there and totally, thought they were going to just disrupt that and dismantle that and disassemble that whole shenanigans set up. And it backfired. The Irish were like, really? We think not. And they doubled in size. And so they went out into the streets twice in numbers, like in incredible numbers. And so I'm pretty sure that the government's kind of like at a standstill here. There's just really there's nowhere to go from this point on. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens. Things like this have happened throughout the world over the last few years, especially with the pressures that were placed upon us all with that whole stuff back a few years back. There's only some stuff you can say online, and I'm learning to navigate my way through. So forgive me. But anyway, I'm going to be a little more cautious right now, just because there's a reason I'm on YouTube to begin with. But anywho, okay. Not that I don't love YouTube, I do. I've actually put up a lot of stuff lately on YouTube. But anyway, okay. So here we are. Ireland. Let's take a lesson from Ireland, everybody, because you know what? When it comes down to it, again, we don't need to be violent. And here in Canada, unfortunately, we were once bitten, twice shy here. We're a little bit hesitant now to stand in those numbers again because of what happened to everybody the last time that happened. There's a lot of people that are still dealing with the aftermath, in the aftermath of all of that experience 5 years ago, 4 years ago. So people are a little bit hesitant. I don't blame them, but you know what? That's how you get your message across. That's really how you get your message across. It's really not that hard. It's not that difficult. It's a simple, beautiful, peaceful demonstration that lets light shine. And it's the light they don't want. It's the light they're trying to extinguish. It's the light they're trying to dim. And if we stand strong in it, they don't stand a chance. And they know it. So just saying. Be like Ireland. Be like Ireland. You'll find it's a wonderful thing. So yes, truth is sweeping across the world. And it's bringing up the ugly, evil, and the deprivation. So like I said about that disgusting website that's out there. I don't know where to go with this one, but anyway, okay. So NASA, and this whole Artemis stuff. Don't be fooled, people, by the illusions that are this world, the deceit that is rampant in this world. Use discernment, feel it out. If you truly believe to the very core of your being that what you see is real, truthfully real, that there's been absolutely no manipulation whatsoever, that they're not feeding you a line here or some sort of television, right? They're not telling you a vision to pay attention to and believe, then good for you. But if you are one of those people who go, wait a minute, I think I need to question some stuff here, good for you too. Because you're supposed to question everything. 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 And the things that are true and valid won't matter if you question them because they'll stand up to it. And those things that are deceitful, lies, and untruths, they will crumble. They will collapse under the weight of truth. Just remember that. So NASA, NASA actually is the Hebrew. It's the Hebrew word for NASA. It means deceiver. And I thought it was interesting because I saw something the other day of Werner von Braun and Walt Disney pairing up and creating this magical kingdom collaboration, we'll call it. And Walt Disney, as you know, was all about fabrications and stuff of that nature. And so this kind of paired nicely. Yeah. So, um, it was invented to disguise, I think, personally, my opinion only, that it was invented actually to disguise space experiments and defense systems as explorations of discovery. So, like, they knew back then what the hell was going on in the skies. They knew about space. These people are way farther ahead in knowledge than they let the rest of us know. So they were fairly, well aware, especially after 1947, I believe it was, and what happened in Los Angeles. And that's something you can also look up. Pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1947. There was a whole shitload of stuff. Oh, and Roswell, like, never mind that, but I think it was 45. Anyway, check out Los Angeles, the air battle in Los Angeles. Um, so they know stuff was going down. So maybe this whole thing was just a front for, you know, well, we're going out into space to explore where no man has gone before. Yeah, really. No, you're going out there maybe to, you know, see what kind of defense systems you need to set up, what kind of things you need to want to maybe be aware of, and other things that you might like to try to divert or even destroy before they actually head into our atmosphere. So it's very interesting when you start thinking about stuff like that, because you're like, really? Again, I've mentioned before, look up Buzz Aldrin. Like, that guy makes a lot of interesting comments with regard to him having gone to the moon and whether or not he actually went. When people ask him, the questions, are very simple and easy and straightforward. His answers, very vague, like, can be very blurry. Like, it can go either way. You really don't know. And he's not clarifying any shit, period. There's videos of the other guys who refuse to swear on the Bible that they actually went into space and landed on the moon. Like, what the heck? Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be so proud of that? Like, everybody else is all up in it. Anyway, interesting. But I did come across this really, really cool video, and they were talking about how Artemis and Apollo and the Greek twins, all the Apollo missions, and now this Artemis mission, anyway, went out into the atmosphere or whatever, and I don't know, something to do with wormwood, which I thought was fascinating that this whole wormwood thing even came up, because if you think about it, what does wormwood do? Right? It's a bitter herb that does what? It kills parasites. And what are they going out there to do? There's something out there that they're after, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really think that they were heading to the other side of the moon, if you ask me, because I think there's something else going on. I don't really know that they were actually up there anyway. Anyway, entertainment purposes only, and certainly only my opinion, for goodness sakes. Oh, and a lot of people are going on and on and on. Like, so we talked a little bit the other day in a video about Netanyahu and Trump. And just as a follow-up, if you didn't see the follow-up video to that one about Trump converting, just as a point of interest for those who don't believe it, I don't really care either way what he is or what he isn't, what he says he is or what he doesn't. But, here's a guy who's showing signs that he has done something different. There's, and it's all a play. The whole thing is just a big old movie anyway. So, but the point is, if you're not watching what the characters are doing, you don't know where the hell anything's going. You don't know where anything's ending up. And you have no idea the subtleties that actually are these enormous clues to what's going on. Just saying. So, and he has taken a lot of stuff lately because of those images that have been posted. To me, that's blasphemy. And to me, that's exactly what pleases certain groups. So, just saying, second coming of Christ, it ain't him, I can tell you that. Ain't nobody coming to save any of us, people. We're here to save ourselves and this planet. Earth Day's coming. She needs your help. She needs all the light you can muster, all the light you can shine, and as bright as you can shine it right now, because this is a very dark time. And we need to be our brightest. We absolutely need to be our brightest. For those who are new to this is the world's smallest light bright. And that's what we're here to do. Shine bright, light ourselves up, light this world up, and elevate. Transcend the darkness. Some of it will be transmuted, some of it will be transcended, but either way, we don't get stuck down here in this muck and this mire that is the third density crap that we're dealing with. So the second coming of Christ is not a man, as far as I can tell, from what I can gather through all my years of working psychic stuff and chatting with my guides and all kinds of other incredible higher ascended master beings and all that stuff. It ain't a guy who's coming back here. This is about the rise of Christ consciousness back in us. We are resurrecting the light from within by the teachings of the Christ, the Christic teachings. That we have to embody those, and then we really light up. And we came to do what Jesus came to do and was unfortunately unable to finish. No, that was not his job, to be stuck to the stick. That's not what he came here for. I don't know why people believe that. That's a nasty thing. Why on earth would the Son of God do that? We're all sons and daughters of Creator, for heaven's sakes, but why would one in particular have to come down here and endure? And honestly, if that was the case, as far as I can tell, like I saw somebody else say the other day, and shit, somebody else thinks that way too. If he died for everybody's sins, then what does it matter if we sin? He covered it. It's already taken care of. Paid it forward. Didn't he? No, we're not exempt. He did not. And that wasn't him anyway, as far as I can tell. Okay, but that's a whole other call. That's a whole other show. We'll get to that another time. But it does. The Christic energy, right, is about lighting yourself up, right? Coming back to knowing who you are. Jesus taught the way home. They say the I am is the way, the truth, and the light. Is the I am that is the way, the truth, and the light, not him. His teachings were the way. Yeah, but he wasn't. And he said that. Love, honor, and truth. You got to know yourself. You've got to know thyself. Who are you? You realize you're a divine being? Do you realize that? Most of us have no clue. Running around down here being all third dimensional and all. You know what else I thought was interesting? I'm just going to go back to this Irish thing for a second because there's a note on the back of my paper here. But apparently, part of the en masse that ended up in numbers coming back when the government decided to push, they pushed back, included a group of society's outcasts, or so to speak, chosen, their own personal choice outcasts, that apparently decided they were going to move their energies in there too. And that would be your outlaw motorcycle gangs and those, in those particular circles, like, the underground movements and things of that nature. Well, where the hell you been? We certainly could have used you all along. I haven't seen any bikers out, doing any runs or, any of that stuff over the last few years in support of freedom. Just blows my mind. Not that I'm criticizing anybody. I mean, we all do our own thing, but I just thought of all the times when you guys, all of you, could just do what the hell you want, what you really, really believe in doing. That's being the 1% of the outcast of society, the whole outside of society, rather, who doesn't live there, following rules and obeying shit. Anyway, apparently that's what's happened in Ireland. So maybe we could get these guys over here on board with that. Just saying. Like it's not messy enough here. Welcome to Canada anyway. Okay. And if you haven't been paying attention here, wow, we got a lot going on here in Canada. So send us some light if you don't mind. We'll take some. We'll eventually get busy and get back to standing up for ourselves and shining our light, standing peacefully, bouncy castles and barbecues again. The real threat to the government that we were. Seriously, bouncy castles and barbecues. They were throwing them away for 8 years, those people. Please, give me a break. Okay. We need a little chaos, don't we? I don't know. You say you want a revolution. Okay, so wait, before I get off track. We got some housekeeping. Let's get this on the roll here. Housekeeping. Earth Day is my birthday. 55 is the new 35. I'm feeling 35 anyway. Feeling pretty good lately. So turning 55 on Wednesday, along with Earth Day. I don't know what she is at, like a few mil, 100 mil, maybe a mil. I don't know. Anyway, we're both getting up there. So 55, feeling like the new 35. We're going to take $35 off of readings starting from Wednesday right through to the end of the month. How's that for a birthday gift from me to you? Yeah, right. $35 off. That puts you down to 140. For goodness sakes, that's a heck of a deal. And if you've never had a reading with me, you've got to have a reading with me. I'm telling you. I mean, don't take it from me. Just go check out some of the reviews and some of the people who talk about it. Anyway, they're out there. Go look for them. But they're good, I'll tell you right now. And that doesn't just include a regular old reading with the tarot. That could be a forecast. You could have yourself a whole year forecast and get a whole 12-month, idea of what's going to happen for you over the next year. So that's in there too. Oh, also, so that's right up until April 30th at midnight, by the way. So that's, again, $35 off readings. I got a couple of programs on sale. We're going to throw Magic and Miracles with Merlin on because he's feeling very generous for 55% off. Yeah. You want to look at that one. Go on my website, brendathyne.com, and check out Magic and Miracles with Merlin. And then if you're interested, please reach out and connect with me and we'll talk about it all because it's comes with a disclaimer. It's not a program that you do. It's a program that does you. And he insists that you buckle up when you join this program particularly. So Magic and Miracles with Merlin is on for 55% off. Clearings are also on again for $100 off. Yeah, that puts you down to 150. Again, spring cleaning is not something you just do once, right? Like you just don't do it in spring. We say spring cleaning, but that's the big overhaul. That's the huge detox. We got to keep it going. You don't just shower once a year, do you? I hope not. Good God. I don't know if you do. Well, you've probably got some ground to clean off. And if that's the case, you need more than just a clearing from me. But anyway, nonetheless, check out the clearings. I don't know. I think they're on my website. Yeah, they clear out all kinds of nasties. And I mean all kinds of nasties that people collect and that they're subjected to. You don't even realize you're picking it up as you walk around and as you're engaging with people. And maybe you've walked through a place that had all kinds of nasty energy in it. You didn't realize it. You didn't protect yourself from it. And boom, now you've got shit on your shoe. Well, you know what I mean. Anyway. All right. And Cosmic Connections. That's an awesome program. It's 12 weeks. Yeah. What the hell? 55% off that one too. Yeah, it's 12 weeks. Speaking of space, right? It's all about connecting to the cosmos, what you are connected to in the cosmos, whether they're star nations, whether it's your family, your soul family, your star family, your guides, your ascended masters, there's luminary. I mean, all kinds of them. 12 weeks, 12 meditations, 12 explorations. It's awesome. It's on for half price. And if you buy the full package, you actually get calls with that too. So, yeah, and Merlin, you don't have to do that one with calls if you don't want to pay the whole kit and caboodle there. It actually comes without calls too. So we'll talk about those two. But those two programs are available with calls with me. Those are weekly calls. You get half an hour every week with me on the phone. We talk about all things related and even non-related. Yeah, and 12 weeks. Where are you going to get that? Like, seriously? 1-to-1. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, can't beat that. Cosmic Connections. Excellent. And it's certainly a perfect time for it. Why? Because all this space stuff going on. Yeah, really cool. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for the housekeeping. That's also it for all the other stuff I think I wanted to talk about. Let's do some cards. Okay, so like we always do, we shuffle. We're going to do mind, body, and spirit like we do every single week. Shuffle and we break the card, we cut the deck so we get, a little bit of a synopsis as we go along. The King of Cups comes up with the Judgment card. Check that out. That's a major card, folks. That's definitely a soul lesson for all of us. We come to terms with things with that card, with that energy. It's all about, reckoning, and maybe not necessarily reconciling, but certainly balancing your books if you can, right? Like just really adjusting yourself to a place of 0 point. And the King of Cups is all about consideration for yourself, for others, of the heart. There's that king again. And this time with, another major card, the Empress. Spring has sprung, folks. The Empress is all about that time. It's a time that is absolutely ripe with creation. It's an amazing time. And whether, it's literally the pregnancy card for some people, or whether it's just about you, creating something for yourself to give birth to that you can enjoy, love, and experience. Either way, this is a really powerful time for that particular energy for sure. So, laughful as we get to it. Hey to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Who all is here. And so, hey to those who join me later on. One more poll. Oh, and look at the Empress moved over this time and to the Star card. Now, see, we're talking about space a lot, aren't we? Anyway, the Star card is Pandora's box. And the Empress, as we said, is about, giving birth to things, but this creation card. But this is all about, hope and recognizing that there's a lot of shit going on in the world. There's a lot of stuff flying around. Not pleasant either. Not pleasant at all, a lot of times. But we have to stay focused on our light, shining it bright, and knowing that the hope that we hold, which is literally helping other people evolve or helping our planet evolve, is what's necessary right now. Just stay strong, stay bright in the light, and just know we win. I know it looks like a dumpster fire. It feels like a dumpster fire, especially in certain places of the world. But for God's sakes, we have to know that we win. That's what Looking Glass was all about. And that's what pissed them off so much, because no matter how many times they threw out, this scenario or put that scenario in, and no matter how many times they will try it this way, we'll try it that way. Probability said, you ain't going to get anywhere with it. It's just going to keep converging into one single event, the awakening. The age of information is upon us, and the awakening is us all waking up, knowing what's really here, where we are, what happened to us, learning about all of it, and learning how to get the hell out of here, out of their system, their matrix, and their trap. We're going to do it. We are doing it. And down the road on that future timeline, as it converges, yeah, it's absolutely a done deal for them. That's why they're kicking and screaming so hard out the gate, like out the door. They don't want to go. So, oh yeah, here we go. So final final shuffle was, and here we are. 1, 2, 3. Mind, body, and spirit. What does spirit have to say? Because they're always listening. They're always there paying attention. Not in a creepy way, for God's sakes. They don't care what you're doing behind closed doors. They're really not interested in that stuff. But they are interested in the things that pertain to them. And if it has to do with you doing work on yourself or illuminating yourself and clearing generational crap and traumas and darkness and all this other stuff, it directly relates to them, because that's stuff they don't have to take care of anymore. Major cards popping up all over the place. Oh, first card coming up in the mind space is the Devil card. Now, I want you to write that word down if you're not opposed to it, but recognize as you write it down, I want you to write it down backwards. Lived. Lived. Yeah. And if you're living backwards, you can blame him, right? That's the kind of concept we're dealing with here. It's really about shirking your responsibility and being disempowered, really, if you ask me. When we recognize the devil energy and that construct of, these things that are here to distract us, divert us, and to, distort things, then we have our own power. We are back in command of who and what we're here to do, who we're here to be and what we're here to do. And quite frankly, the devil, who has, got little puppets on a string, that's that deal. That's not me. I'm nobody's puppet. I'm in command of myself. I'm sovereign. I'm a sovereign being, and I do not consent to shenanigans. I am the commander of my life, and I say what goes. I can't then blame anybody else. If I'm in full command and responsibility of my life and my world, then I don't have anybody to blame but myself. So I have to take accountability and responsibility for that. And know in that I'm still the most powerful. Why? Because I can change it. I can't wait for somebody. I don't have to wait for somebody else. I don't have to wait for somebody who maybe has more power than me in my world. No, because I don't give power to anybody but myself. I'm sovereign. And neither should you. So in the mind space, think your thoughts for you. Who's driving your car? Who's driving your vehicle? Are you behind the wheel, or are you bound and gagged in the trunk? Is your ego running wild, like absolutely taking over? Are there forces that have infiltrated your mind and are causing you to have thoughts that are dark in nature, or, degrading to yourself, or any of those things, lower vibrational shit? If that's the case, you're not driving your car. Someone else is driving your car, because you naturally are a being of light. And your thoughts are light and love-based, naturally. All this other stuff is the construct of this matrix we're stuck in, right? That we're trapped in. Somewhat. We're not actually trapped. When you learn that you're trapped, you learn the way out too. You find the way out, and I can help you find that. So just remember, when you're in command of yourself, you don't You're not giving your power to somebody else, because that's really all that does, right? When you blame somebody else for your actions or your misfortunes, you've now disempowered yourself and you're vulnerable and you're a victim. And that's not the way it's meant to be. That's not who we are. We are incredibly magnificent divine beings, and we are not victims. Not when we recognize what's happened to us anyway. We were victims to what happened to us, but we're not anymore. People like us are waking up and telling others, this is what happened. Holy shit, you got to know what's going on. And when you do, you're not the victim anymore. But until you are aware, you unfortunately fit into that category. So in the body space, what do we have? The Lover's card. Ooh, it's all about give and take and attracting to you, right? And in this beautiful physical area, this physical space, the Lover's card is all about what you're literally attracting to you and manifesting to you in a physical way. What are you drawing to you with the thoughts you're thinking? Because if they're not high vibrational and they're very low, you're not attracting the right stuff to yourself that you want anyway, I'm sure, because the stuff that shows up generally isn't fun. So think about those things. Keep your thoughts about you in the right way, and know that as long as you're living in that right way, forward, progressive, evolutionary, then what you're bringing to you is going to be supportive. It's going to be empowering, and it's going to be exactly what you need. Always, always, because that's what the universe is. It's a vibrationally matching universe. Gives you exactly what you need and what you put out there. And by the way, it doesn't listen to your thoughts and think, oh, that's what they said, that's what they'll get. It's not like that. It's vibration, right? So it's all about what you mean by what you're thinking, or what you feel about what you're thinking. And that's the point. It's the feeling that is responded to, because that's the corresponding vibration. So think about that. This is very exciting. This is very exciting. Spirit's coming in with the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, people. Let me tell you something about the Queen of Pentacles. In all the years I've read tarot, 30? Professionally 25. Professionally 25. And like full-time professionally for 20 specifically. But anyway, 25 years of reading. She has never changed. All the other cards have had an evolutionary experience where they have, evolved into something new, a newer, deeper meaning, a more, a deeper interpretation for me, a more, broader, even in some cases, more encompassing meaning than they had been before, except her. She's never changed. Since I have started reading, this Queen of Pentacles has always meant one thing and one thing only. She is the Queen of Good Fortune. And when she shows up, she's like the answer to your dreams. And when she comes to you from Spirit, Spirit says, ask and ye shall receive. That's all you need to know. Ask and ye shall receive. This is the Queen of abundance, good fortune, good luck. I always say to people, when Spirit's bringing this energy forward, it's all about whatever it is you really, really want, need, or desire. She bring it. If it's the job of your dreams, that's a sign she's coming with it. If it's a lottery win, even, chances are good there's some there for you. If it's a clean bill of health because you've been struggling with something, that's it. Spirit's letting you know that everybody right now can be counting our blessings and absolutely enjoying being showered in abundance. And abundance is about whatever you need. Remember that. It's not necessarily about finances or, again, the career or whatever. It's whatever you need. She's the queen of it. And when she shows up, especially coming at you from Spirit, you can't lose. You can't lose. You can't lose. Go buy your tickets when you feel good, but only when you feel good, because that's the matching vibration. You got to feel like $1 million to win it, Just saying. If you don't feel like $1 million when you're buying that ticket, don't waste your money. Probably won't win. Well, you might not win. You might win. I shouldn't say that. You could win. What the hell? You could have built up a rewards bank and be cashing in on it right then and there. You never know. I shouldn't say that, because it is true. Whatever we are ready for. But more likely than not, it's the matching vibration. Mm-hmm. All right, let's have a look at what the brick says. The brick, as we have found before, is all about summarizing, cementing in whatever it is you really need to know from the message, right? What is really the most important thing from the reading or what we're talking about here? So we shuffled 54 cards. As you can see, they're all different. We pull one. One says this one here. Yep. Beautiful picture. This is the Messages of Light, by the way, by Mario the Guy. Progress. Each day, as I recognize the divine within me, I progress further along the path of my spirit. Today, I respect my needs, observe what happens within, and do my best to maintain a positive attitude. I have faith in my inner strengths and capabilities. I grow and improve every day. Today, Source's opinion of me is the only opinion that matters. Now, that being said, it is also very nice to know what others think of you so that you can shield yourself from those who don't think very nicely of you. Just saying. Okay. Well, it's true. That energy comes flying right at you. Like right at you. It's got your name all over it. And it's a match. Just remember that. We're going to do Seeds of Light by Danielle Venables. These are beautiful cards. Just lovely energy about them. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. Dun-dun-dun. This one. You see? God, I love this stuff. What a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Look at those crystals in those mountains. And that beautiful rose in the center. It says essence. Rooted within unshakable personal power. Gotta love that. Your essence is the core of your very being. It is the frequency of your soul and the naturalness through which you exist. It's the truest form of who you are, setting down any masks or conditioning picked up throughout your lifetimes and experiences. Your essence is a part of you that knows, the part of you that remembers, and the part of you that naturally shines through when your guard is down and your heart is open. As your visionary, mystic, healer, light worker, or any combination of these, there will inevitably be moments when you're questioning your path, your beliefs, and your vision. In those moments, your connection to your essence can provide a deep, unwavering knowing that you are living in authentic alignment with your soul and your mission on this planet. It serves as a reminder to keep your heart wide open along your path and to keep shining even in the moments you may feel weary, alienated, or misunderstood. The Essence card comes through to remind you of who you truly are and encourage you to spend time reacquainting yourself with that deeper part of you. Take a breath. Release any pressure you've put on yourself to be a certain way and let your naturalness shine through. You don't have to strive or perform when you're aligned with your innate essence. And place your hands over your heart. Take a nice deep breath and ask that part of you that knows, how would you describe my true essence? Lovely. All right. Now let's see what the language of light, the secret language of light has to say. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, this is Denise Jarvie. Denise Jarvie. Okay. Okay. Shuffle. Secret language of light. Transmissions from your soul. A lot of these cards too, and they're very new, so a little bit stiff. Top one, Merlin says. Top one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See that? Manifestation. What a gorgeous card, too. Manifestation. Number 25. Okay, here we go. You will attract what you give your focus to. You are about to experience something you've longed for. You may not see any evidence yet, but don't be disheartened. Instead, be still and align with your soul. Soon you'll be inspired to take a step forward where you will meet your dreams and desires. Fall in love with the unknown and the path of the known will materialize. You create your life through how you feel and what you think. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. First, you must be aware of how you feel in the present. Practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. This time, just before manifestation, is an opportunity to change any story from your past, present, or future. Your perception is altering so that you can see in a new light. Everything is created twice. Firstly, in the vibrational realm, perceived as imagination, feeling, or dreaming, and then in the physical world as manifested objects. Enjoy the journey to all you are manifesting, and your desires will arrive sooner. That is the nature of creation. Isn't that awesome? Weren't we just talking about that? It's like that time. It's that time. When we talked about the season of sacrifice, and while that's happening, this is a polarity that we live in. There's balance always taking place. So what's being lost is being renewed in other ways, in other places, in other spaces. Something brand new is being birthed. Just as the Empress card kept showing us, something brand new is coming. Manifest, manifest, manifest. It's a wonderful time for it. So, best way to do that? Be in charge of your thoughts. Be in command of your thoughts. Don't think negative thoughts. Don't allow yourself to feel, or think limiting beliefs. Have limiting beliefs. We live in an abundant universe. She says so. She says we can have anything we want. And Spirit is speaking for her, or she's speaking for Spirit. Chicken and the egg, really. We can have what we want. This is the time for us to do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we make progress, remember? Major progress. Yeah. Essence. Rooted within unshakable personal power, right there. You're safe here. No matter what it looks like, feels like, or you think. We're safe here. They're not allowed to blow us up, They're not. And they know it. That's why nobody's ever pushed the button. And that's why nobody ever will. They're not allowed. There are rules of engagement here. You know that, right? They have to play by them. Oh, they violate all kinds of stuff. There are certain rules they are not allowed, and they are not willing to violate either, because they know the consequences they hold. So don't think for a minute that we're, going to be blown to smithereens, because we did not come here to be exterminated. No, we did not. That's just not the way it is. Period. We came to light this up. All of it. Every bit of it. This was a good one. Thank you so much for joining me here on this new platform. Namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the place in you where the light dwells also. And when you're in that place in you, and I'm in that place in me, together we shine a beautiful light. And the more of us from around the world that gather on Saturday night, we'll shine extra bright, super bright. Now just take a moment, take a deep breath, put your hands on your heart, and know from within your light's shining. And if you can concentrate on it for just a moment and breathe into it, let it expand throughout your whole being, we'll make an impact just by gathering here and sharing this little bit of time. So thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next time, next week, on Psychic Saturday Night Live on YouTube. Bye now.